packing and shipping the first plant orders of 2025. I did fully reopen my shop last week on Thursday, and I did put a ton of new plants on the shop, so we do have a few orders today. As you guys know, I did introduce 2 new plant pot styles, a self-watering pot and another type of tall pot. So I hope that you guys do like those. But before I begin packing the orders, let me show you guys all the plants that sold this week. This is Alocasia Dragon's Breath. This is a starter plant. 2 Hoya Croniana Silver, Philodendron Orange Princess, Hoya Sarawak Cream, and it does come on the bamboo trellis, Monstera Lechleyriana Variegated, Philodendron Tortum, Hoya Sunrise, Hoya Acuta Intervariegated, Anthurium Vitifolium crossed with Forgetii. Also, this Hoya here, it is a little bit splashy. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this one, and I'm not going to try because I know I'm going to butcher it. Hoya Compacta Variegated, 2 of these Monstera Aurea, Syndapsis Trubii Moonlight Marble, and lastly Syndapsis Jade Satin Mint Variegated. Since it is wintertime, a lot of customers did purchase the winter protection, which includes the heat pack and the thermal wrapping. That is something that I do offer as an add-on on my website if you are interested in ordering plants in the colder season. As a seller, my policy is that if you do not purchase any type of winter protection and the plant does get cold damage in shipment, there is really nothing that I can do because I did offer it and you chose to decline it. That is the policy. So please make sure that you are adding in your winter protection. And if you do forget, you can go ahead and order it separately and just send an email to my contact email on the website. But I have everything listed out in writing on the website. And that not only goes for me, it also goes for a bunch of other plant sellers as well. And if you are starting to get into selling plants, make sure that you have your policy written down and very clear to understand, because you don't want any type of miscommunication. So I'm going to go ahead and start packing. If you are new to packing plants and you're looking for a full in-depth walkthrough of how to pack plants, materials you need, and everything that you need to get started, I do have a members only on my Patreon discussing all of that, plus a bunch of other plant business stuff and a bunch of other fun plant content as well over there that I don't share here. So let's go ahead and get started packing up these Sunday orders. In this shelf, I have a bunch of display cases full of just propagations I've taken over the last like 2 months. And honestly, I have completely forgot about all of them. So today I would like to go through all of them just to check on them. I do expect that a lot of them are dead because I just tend to forget about them. That's why I don't really propagate as much anymore, just because it becomes too much for me and I just can't keep up with it. But I would like to go through these and possibly get these on the shop as like clearance plants and stuff like that. Currently, I have 2 shelves here on the side of the wall, and I would like to get rid of this one here. I just really don't think it's necessary, especially because I don't propagate as much anymore. Even though I have such a large space for my plants and the plant business, I have completely filled this room to capacity. And honestly, I really just did it because I knew I had the space, but I would like to get rid of stuff. But in order for me to get rid of stuff, I have to sell these plants and stuff like that too. So let's go ahead and have a look at the propagations, and then I'm gonna start listing a lot of these on the shop as clearance. I just went through all the propagants that I have, and I pretty much sorted out all the good plants and the bad plants. So bad plants meaning the plants that did not make it, but I do have a lot of plants still that are in good shape, and we can definitely get them listed on the website for sure. So I have a lot of the plants here, and then I have 3 display cases here. So we're gonna go through them. Some plants I am going to end up combining together if they are the same, so that I don't have too many of the same plant. It's just easier sometimes to combine the same ones together and then just let them go so I can clear out the space. The biggest thing right now is clearing out space. So in this bin, there is a lot of different little props that have been growing. As you can see, they've been growing for a while. So I'm gonna just check these out and up pot them if they need it. But a lot of them are gonna gonna just be listed as is. And as you can see, it's just a mixture of stuff. I have like philodendron glorious, alocasia jacqueline, I think philodendron orange princess, some anthuriums as well, and little stuff like that. Then I have this one here that has a bunch of philodendron green Congo hybrid plants, and these have been growing for a long time. As you can see, they're in 2-inch pots and they've just been growing like crazy. So I'm just gonna put these all into 4-inch pots and sell them like that. I currently already have 2 of these on the shop, but nobody seems to like them. So honestly, I think I just want to get rid of these because I have so many. I'm kind of going to treat this as like a purge for my shop. So normally people do purges on like Facebook and stuff. I don't really participate in that because it's really hard to keep track of everything. It's easier for me to keep track of orders if they are placed on the site and done like that. So purge to me is just going to be clearance. So all these plants are just going to be put on clearance. I think I'm going to try to be really done with propagations because it is just too much for me right now. I just can't keep up with the propagations for some reason, and I try to keep up with the alocasia corms and stuff too, and I've been having a hard time with that. But I do have some alocasias that did pop up here. So these are alocasia Nairobi night variegated, and these are super high variegated, and as you can see, the stratum is just dry as ever. I have not even opened any of these bins in so long. I do still have corms here that are trying to grow. I will keep these aside and put some water in them and see if they do grow. But for the most part, everything is just going to be sold as is. And then any props I do have that I'm like working on that aren't on the shop, I'm going to start storing them into the Redsta and into my other EXO, I think. I use the Redsta for anthuriums, but I really don't get that many anthuriums for the shop, and I don't really utilize the top shelf in the Redsta. So I could probably store a couple little props in there here and there, but I don't think it's necessary for me to have a whole shelf dedicated to it. All these plants can get fitted into the main shelves once they are listed for sale. This box here has a bunch of Rapidophora tetrasperma variegated. I had one of these on the shop and it just wasn't selling because the variegation was kind of all over the place. I cut them all down into 3 leafers, 2 leafers, and 1 leafers. And a lot of them have just been growing like crazy in here. They do need some water, but you can see the roots have been going crazy. Some are variegated, some are not. I have not opened this bin since I did that, and you can see this one is yellowing, so it's not making it. This one is like growing into another one here. I have to like sort these out. I think I'm going to try to sort everything out. Anything that needs to be repotted, I'm going to repot it. And then everything else, we're going to just clean them up, get some labels on them, and then just get them up on the shop and be done. I definitely need to get organized with the plants, and I would really like to just get these all out of here. So I'm going to probably be listing these for super cheap. So if you're interested, definitely go check it out. So I basically just combined a few plants and just gave some plants like some new substrate if they had like algae and like a new container and stuff like that. But pretty much everything is done. So a lot of these are going to be clearance, not all of them, but majority of them are. What I'm gonna do now is just wipe everything down because a lot of these are really dusty. They've been in their bin for so long, and label the ones that don't have a label on them, and then just take pictures, and then I'll be pretty much done. Once I have some more time this week, I will start working on eliminating that shelf out that I was talking about. I'll keep you guys updated on that and all the changes that I do in here. I know I'm always changing things around, but I can do that. It's my space, and sometimes I just need to move stuff around for me to not feel so overwhelmed, you know what I mean?